whenever you're getting into a loyalty program, you can't not talk about status
Yeah.
levels because every loyalty program has different statuses. So let's talk a little bit about how Accor status levels
Yeah.
work and why someone might want to aim for a higher tier. Talk about where you are in the tier, where you
Yeah.
started, how you got there,
Got it.
and then how you look at the entire ecosystem.
So, first of all, I think Accor is the only hotel loyalty program where I am actually a premium member for, because I've been loyal for now 2, 3 years consistently, right? So let me just describe the levels, right? There's a classic level. So the moment you register for the all program, right, you become a classic member, right? There are hardly any benefits of being a classic member, but it's like you are in the queue to become to start your journey. That's what it means, right? And then once you've done either 10 nights, stayed 10 nights with them, or you've done, let's say, 2,000 status points. So this is critical to understand. There is a status night and there are status points. Both of them are separate. You get status points only when you do revenue nights or you stay after paying money. But you get status nights even if you stay via points. You get those nights, right? So once you collect 10 status nights or 2,000 status points, whichever is earlier, you then become a silver member, right? And then there is the moment you become a silver member, some things unlock for you. You basically get early check-ins, or let's say late checkouts on request. You get a welcome drink, right? And a welcome drink is typically in one of the restaurants of the hotels. They will offer you an alcoholic drink or a beer on a limited menu, sometimes unlimited menu. Is one of the things that. So for most people here who are listening to this podcast or who are new to a silver tier is good enough if you're traveling once a year, right? It's just works perfectly. I was a silver member for almost a year and a half, and I kind of enjoyed it because wherever we went, we always got those free drinks. And a few times we did even get the early check-in, right? So the moment you stay 30 nights, right, you then become a gold member. And if you have 7,000 status points, that's the other way to get to a gold, right? And uh, the moment you get gold, there are few more unlocks that happen. And obviously, both these tiers also give you higher earning multipliers, right? So, which means that if you're a silver, you earn at a particular rate. But if you become gold, there is the extra multiplier. I think it's 30%, but I'm not really sure about it. And then there is the last one is platinum. Platinum is when you touch 60 nights, right? Or you do 14,000 status points, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's, I think, the pinnacle. And that's where I am right now in the journey, right? I'm a platinum member. And at a platinum member, you also get a free some suite nights, we call it, right? Where you uh, get access to free upgrades to suites. So you pay for 20,000 for a mid-level room, and they will upgrade you using that suite night, right? So if you are in that zone where you want to experience with your family, you're going taking them to, let's say, Singapore, and you want to experience a suite, is the perfect way to do it, right? And very minimal spends, right? So, and the last one is diamond. You cannot become a diamond member by staying X amount of nights. You have to get status points, and that is, I think, some 26, 28,000, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the classification of the layers, right? Again, a quick recommendation for me would be, by me would be that most people who travel once a year, silver is perfect, right? If you're going to having at least 1, 2 stays with your family in the coming year, aim for gold if you can, right? And that gives a memorable experience to your family, right? And then there is obviously platinum. If you have multiple trips lined up, shoot for platinum. I think it just gives you that. And I'm sure Vish can talk about how platinum life is. He's been a platinum member for some time.
No, one thing is the two tiers where value unlocks is one is silver, obviously for that
Yes.
welcome drink and some sort of a status you have with them. And the next one, I would not say gold because gold is not too different from silver as far
Agreed.
as I've noticed, right? Platinum is where more value opens up for you. You get launch access at properties that have an executive lounge, right? If they have a lounge, they arrange for cocktails, mocktails, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages for the platinum status holder and guests staying with him. And even if they don't have an executive lounge, some properties like Novotels, they specifically arrange for cocktail hours where the platinum holders can come chill
Yeah.
for an hour or two in the evening. They won't have a dedicated lounge as such, but they go that extra mile to try and
Agreed.
use them. And breakfast is free. that is only in Asia Pacific again. It is not all over the world. Asia Pacific, you get free breakfast. And if you're going to a country like Australia or New Zealand, breakfast is not going to be cheap there. It's going to be
Yeah,
$60 if you're staying at a very good property, or even if you're staying at a normal property, you're not going to pay less than $30, right? And you go as a family, there you're saving $70, $80 easily
yeah.
every. That is one thing. And Diamond is again not free breakfast all over the world, if I remember correctly. They say weekends they provide you free breakfast all over the world, and throughout the something like that. Sorry, weekends I think the platinum holders get breakfast all over the world. Diamond gets
Across the week, I mean.
some breakfast benefit basically with
Got it.
Diamond.
So,
The
so
two
I
others I would recommend, right? Targeting if you're close by. Silver, if you're close, yeah, you can obviously push because the number of nights you need is not too high. Platinum, if you're close, you should push. I mean, I would suggest you push because the value it unlocks is very good. And with all these status, right, one thing that helps is the Accor Plus membership. It gives you
yeah,
20 nights off the bat. I mean,
yeah.
you take that membership, you get 20 nights right away. Then you have to plan for 40 to get platinum.
Yeah,
That's
I was about to add that, right? So apart from all the ways of putting a revenue or a stay booking, there's a like a shortcut to kind of achieve some of the status levels, right? But I think we're going to discuss it probably sometime during the show. But yeah, Core Plus is a great way of unlocking that.